When the world burns around them, they simply breathe. Have you ever met someone who seems untouched by chaos? When everyone else is shouting, they remain silent. They don't fight the storm, they become the calm in it. These are the people who appear unshakable, not because they don't feel, but because they've mastered something most of us never learn: how to understand their emotions before their emotions control them. This is the psychology of people who are always calm, the illusion of calm. We often assume that calm people were born that way, as if they came into the world immune to stress, frustration, or anger. But calmness is not a personality trait. It's a skill forged through pain, failure, and years of emotional turbulence. True calmness doesn't come from having an easy life. It comes from facing chaos again and again until you realize that reacting never changes anything. Calm people have learned one powerful truth: not everything deserves a reaction. This mindset isn't coldness, it's wisdom, because they know that when emotion drives action, reason disappears. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. Calmness begins when you stop trying to control what's outside you and start mastering what's within. Let's talk psychology. Why do some people stay composed under pressure while others explode? Neuroscience shows us that emotional regulation is about how the amygdala, the brain's emotional alarm system, communicates with the prefrontal cortex, the rational part of the brain. When we're triggered, our amygdala fires off signals of fear, anger, or threat. For most people, that emotional wave takes over before logic can step in. But calm individuals, they've trained their brains differently. They pause, they breathe. They give the prefrontal cortex time to intervene. Psychologists call this response flexibility, the ability to choose your reaction instead of letting emotion dictate it. That pause, just a few seconds, is the difference between peace and chaos. In that space, they ask, is this worth my energy? Will reacting make it better or worse? And more often than not, they let it go. This habit rewires the brain over time, creating emotional fluency, the capacity to feel deeply, yet respond wisely. Calm people aren't emotionless. They feel anger, pain, frustration, just like anyone else. The difference is that they understand those emotions. They've learned to name their feelings instead of being consumed by them. Psychologists call this affect labeling. The act of identifying your emotions reduces their intensity. When they feel anger, they don't say, "I am angry." They say, "Anger is arising in me." That small linguistic shift separates the self from the emotion. The Stoics practiced this long before modern psychology confirmed it. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Calm people have learned this deeply. They don't let their imagination, their fears, what-ifs, and overthinking dictate their peace. Instead, they observe emotions like clouds passing through the sky, temporary, fleeting, not their identity. If you look closer, calm people often share a common past. They've been through something. They've faced loss, rejection, disappointment, enough times to realize that panic doesn't prevent pain. Through experience, they've stopped expecting life to be fair or predictable. They accept that discomfort is a part of existence. This acceptance is the foundation of calm. Because when you no longer resist what you cannot control, peace becomes your natural state. It's what modern psychology calls radical acceptance, and what ancient Stoics called amor fati, the love of fate. It means saying, I don't have to like this situation, but I accept it fully. That single mental shift turns resistance into resilience. In a noisy world, calmness is rebellion. When everyone rushes to speak, calm people listen. When others overreact, they reflect. They understand that silence often says more than words ever could. That stillness, that moment of nothing, is their power. They're not suppressing emotion, they're mastering energy. And through that mastery, they preserve their peace, their dignity, and their focus. Stoics believed that this quiet strength was the highest form of self-control, because anyone can yell, anyone can blame, but few can remain composed in the face of chaos. Let's explore the inner dialogue of a calm person. When something goes wrong, instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" They see problems as teachers, not punishments. Every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth. This reframing, known in psychology as cognitive restructuring, changes everything. It replaces emotional reaction with rational perspective. The Stoics practiced this too. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Calm people live by this. They take responsibility for their reactions, because that's the only part of life truly under their control. So how do calm people stay that way? It's not magic, it's maintenance. They cultivate peace daily through quiet rituals, morning stillness, starting the day with reflection, not reaction, breathwork and mindfulness, training the body to slow down when the mind speeds up, gratitude journaling, shifting attention from what's missing to what remains, digital boundaries, protecting their attention like it's sacred, stoic reflection, reviewing the day and asking, "What did I do well? What can I improve?" Calm people know peace isn't found, it's built moment by moment. If you want to develop this inner stillness, start small. Next time you're triggered, pause before reacting. Feel the emotion, name it. Then ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Practice that question daily, because the mind learns through repetition, and over time, you'll notice the things that once disturbed you no longer have the same power. That's growth. That's mastery. As Viktor Frankl said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. That space is calmness. That space is your strength. Calm people aren't lucky. They're disciplined. They've learned through life's storms that peace isn't a place you reach. It's a state you create. So the next time chaos comes, don't fight it, don't fear it, don't feed it, just breathe. You'll find that silence is not weakness, but wisdom, and that stillness is not emptiness, but power.